Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about DC All In because DC All In is starting to happen, and they're going to be premiering a lot of stuff at San Diego Comic-Con to let people know how much they're all in this time around. And with creators Scott Snyder coming back for DC All In, and how the new Absolute Universe is going to be tied to Darkseid, and how Darkseid is going to play a major role in the DC universe after Absolute Power. We're supposed to be set to a DC universe that's supposed to be all in, and the creators and creative teams are definitely exciting to be all in. But I gotta say, all in is an all in failure because now creators are talking about that they're really all in now. Okay, so where were you at for Dawn of DC? You get what I'm saying? Where were you at for DC Rebirth? You get what I mean? Like you had two initiatives that people were enjoying, and you gave up halfway through. Especially DC Rebirth. DC Rebirth was slowly bringing in people, but y'all couldn't let that happen. Y'all had to go right back to the New 52 nonsense. The only time y'all are all in is when people don't want shit. You was all into the New 52, nobody asked for. You was all into Future State, nobody asked for that. You was all in for Infinite Frontier, nobody asked for that. You was all in with sexualizing the characters, changing their sex and gender. Gay Superman, gay Robin, gay Aqualad. You know what I'm saying? Gay Green Lantern. Y'all was all in on that, but y'all weren't in on bringing these characters back to status quo with classic. You get what I'm saying? With Absolute Universe, okay, we're going to get a giant sized Batman who's not rich. Okay, great. We're going to get a Final Fantasy S Wonder Woman. Basically, another New 52 Wonder Woman who is basically Xena the Warrior Princess. They don't want to admit it, but it's Xena the Warrior Princess. That's what the fuck it is. You know what I mean? We're going to get a Superman who's supposed to be pansexual, who just arrived on Earth as an adult. Great, because that's what we need. That's exactly what we need. With his hair on one side of his face. Okay, great. And this is supposed to be a DC universe that is affected by the wants of Darkseid or whatever. Okay, why? Why? You were never all in for Earth One. You were never in for All Star, the All Star universe. You were never all in for the New Age of Heroes, which was actually pretty great, but y'all gave up on that one. You were never all in for Earth Two, New 52. Where you created a brand new universe, which that should have been your New 52. You did, and that should have been your DC. That should have been your DC Ultimate line, if you ask me. But no, once again, here y'all go. And then y'all continue on the line instead of, once again, y'all not bringing back the classic stuff. Okay, Superman and Lois Lane being married, fine, that's great. But now you're giving Lois Lane superpowers. Why? People already told you what they want. They want Superman and Lois Lane together. Lois don't have no powers. Superman is in his classic look, which is great. And John Kent is back as their 10-year-old son who is not gay. Why can't you just do stuff like that? Wonder Woman. She's still in that stupid movie costume. Y'all still keep her separated from her family and her lover, Steve Trevor. And the Amazons are full of lesbos. Once again, people are telling you what they want, and you're still not going back to classic, classic details with these characters. Batman lost all his money. The city's divided, all that nonsense. His family's divided, all that crap. Catwoman and him are on the rocks or whatever, all that nonsense. You're not giving people. You go back to status quo. Like I said, go back to pre New 52 styles and looks of these characters. Stop. Like, it don't make no sense that Superman and Batman and the Flash are the only characters that look classic. The rest of the characters look like New 52 looks. That's what they are. Get rid of the New 52 armored pieces, costumes, or whatever, and go back to classic looks for these characters. The Superman family, it don't make no sense that they all look alike except for Superman. You need to individualize them. Connor Kent needs to go back to his t-shirt and jeans. Supergirl, Connor Kent needs to go back to her Michael Turner look. You know what I'm saying? Power Girl, her iconic look. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? The JSA, go back to classic. No, Green Lantern Alan Scott will go back with his wife, and he has his kids, and that's the end of that. We are never going to discuss Alan Scott being gay ever again. You get what I'm saying? Flash, he doesn't have a daughter. Erase the bitch. It don't, like, y'all are adding things that nobody asked for. You want to talk about, you want to be all in, but you're not giving the fans what they wanted. And you honestly, you need to go back to what the old readership wants, which is classic DC before Flashpoint. You can get mad and say that that's not. Yes, actually the classic DC pre New 52 DC universe was rich. It was enriched. Y'all had more books from different characters. You know what I'm saying? Than you do now. You're very restrictive nowadays with these character books. You know what I mean? Like, y'all will throw Harley Quinn on our asses when nobody's asking for Harley Quinn. But you won't put no time and effort into Martian Manhunter. Where's the Aquaman book? You get what I'm saying? Hell, we've had enough time that Zantana had ran a solo book. Superboy had a solo book. You know what I'm saying? The Connor Kent one. Supergirl ran over 150 issues after Michael Turner brought her back. The late great Michael Turner. You know what I mean? Green Lantern was always amazing. Batman, he was there. Nightwing, of course. Batgirl with Cassandra Cain. Tim Drake as Red Robin after he transitioned the title from Robin. You know, you had Robin that literally went over 150 issues and then retitled itself to Red Robin that ran another 50 issues. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, where is that? The Teen Titans, you had the Outsiders. You know what I mean? Where is that? Where is half of that stuff at? Young Justice. You get what I'm saying? Like, the Legion of Superheroes even had one. They even had a spinoff where not only did you have the Legion of Superheroes, you had Supergirl in the Legion of Superheroes. Like, you see what I'm saying? You get what I mean? There is not even a sensational comics. And sensational comics should be about Wonder Woman and the Wonder Woman family. Like, you have action comics and detective comics, but you have no sensational comics. Do you know how weird that is? Do you know how weird that is? Or the fact that none of Wonder Woman characters outside of Wonder Woman herself have a solo book, but Batman and Superman characters did, or did. You know what I'm saying? Before, you fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? You had characters who had you had this world that was expanded upon, and all you're doing is, like, every time we see it, it's like less characters. Where the fuck is the Justice League book at? Where, you know what I'm saying? Hell, there should at least be two Justice League books. Honestly, like I said, I will have a Justice League book, and then I will have a Justice League of America book. And if we decide to get a little bit froggy and we decide to jump, we might do Justice League International, just because. In the New 52, y'all were doing stuff like that. I give credit to trying something or whatever, but the problem is the continuity is what let y'all down more so than anything else, because the continuity made no sense, because y'all decided that y'all wanted to get rid of this continuity. Okay, so let's say we do All In. Why would I give you opportunity? Why should I give it a chance? You get what I'm saying? Okay, you're going on All In, but let's be honest, if All In doesn't work, it might be a minimum of 12 issues, and then you give up, and then you do a reboot, because we're supposed to be hearing that there's a new Crisis event called Crisis Gauntlet. So you already know the Absolute Universe and the Prime Universe probably going to merge together, and then we're just not even going to talk about it, and then these versions of the characters are going to disappear. You know what I mean? Or continuity gets changed. Y'all ignore continuity, because even when I've been reviewing Wonder Woman, and a lot of y'all I know about Wonder Woman's continuity, y'all are fucking up the continuity, and y'all keep ignoring that when fans are telling you, like, hey, stop this. Hey, why did you forget this? Why is this happening? Y'all just kind of ignore it. So now y'all want to be like, oh, we're going all in. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, so there's going to be Darkseid going back to his classic look. Okay, but Wonder Woman's not going back to her classic look. You get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. If you're going to try to bring in nostalgia and classic looks, go back to the classic looks that people are aware of. For the past 30 years, there are certain a lot of these superheroes have looks that needs to come back. Those looks are when they're most marketable. You get what I'm saying? Everybody always want to talk about how don't change the classic look, don't change the look or whatever. But then outside of Batman and Superman, everybody else can get changed. But if me, who's a Wonder Woman fan, say, hey, I want her to go back to her classic look. Oh, you're being sexist or whatever. Or you're just the male gaze or whatever. Well, first off, she's supposed to be one of the most beautiful women in the DC universe, and she's supposed to be sexy. So what? Sue me for wanting to see Wonder Woman looking sexy. But if you're going to have Superman and Batman in their classic looks, she needs to go to her classic look. Or if you want her to keep her movie costume, put Superman and Batman in their movie costumes from the DCEU. That's how I look at it. If you really want to keep that change, you need to make that change for everybody. You can't pick and choose when classic looks come back for certain characters. The whole universe needs to go back to what their characters looked like before the New 52. Less armor pieces, more of the women looking sexy and, toned up or whatever, not covered up, not looking manly, not looking like they have no hips, ass, or titties. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we got the DC All In special that comes out October the 2nd. Absolute Power ends, and all new DC initiative begins a single issue mega event which presents a startling symmetry flip book. Following the events of Absolute Power, the heroes of the core DC universe fought against deep division in the world around them, ushering a new era of unity. And just in time, too, because Darkseid has returned. Superman gathers every DC superhero on Earth to hold the line, a vastly different version of the Lord of Apocalypse, as they raise their cosmic defense to prepare for war. And when the first blow lands, the shockwaves ripple against the DC core series, shaking the natures of their reality to their foundation. But the greater looms on horizon in the absolute universe. Here, DC's biggest icon come to age with fewer advantage while facing greater opposition than before, retained from the immutable heroism that continues to inspire and entertain fans. But they really protect the light that shines inside of them when the world in which they live is hurtling towards a terrible destiny. Co-written by Scott Snyder, Joshua Williams, a flip book, DC All In special features art by Wonder Woman artist Daniel Sebri, which we already know the women are going to look stiff, going to look a little bit manly, ain't going to have no damn titties. And when you read One Direction, the Deadly Class co-creator series artist Wes Craig, when you read the other direction, the 64 one-shot will feature the main cover by Daniel Sippy with variant covers by Raphael Sandoval, Wes Craig, and John Craig. Yay, because that's what we want, right? Okay, so with the all-in thing, of course, war happens with Darkseid. That clash causes a ripple events that affects the brand new DC universe, which I guess we're going to designate that one Earth 53 apparently. So that's going to be the absolute universe. That's going to start where you're going to have absolute Batman, absolute Wonder Woman, absolute Superman. But my thing is, if it was me, we wouldn't have an absolute Batman. I don't care what nobody say. There should not be a Batman line in the absolute universe, because you already have dozens of Batman titles out right now, and two of them are already out of continuity anyway. So let's not have an absolute Batman. We can have an absolute Wonder Woman. We can have an absolute Superman, and we will also maybe bring in like absolute Flash, absolute Aquaman, or we could do an absolute Justice League or something like that. But or absolute JSA. We need something outside of Batman, because you need to put more time and effort into these other characters, like the DC universe did before the New 52, before you fucking went all in the New 52 with Batman. Like, good fucking God. Jesus Christ, you motherfuckers keep focusing on Batman. Fuck him. You gotta stop it. You put less effort into Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, The Flash. You know what I'm saying? Zatanna, Hawk Girl, Hawkman, um, Black Canary, The Birds of Prey, JSA, the Teen Titans, Titans, Young Justice, Outsiders. You get what I'm saying? I can list a whole bunch of Animal Man, the Doom Patrol, which y'all gave up on the Doom Patrol really quick. But the problem is, it's not our fault that y'all gave up on Doom Patrol. Y'all the ones who brought them out of nowhere and then just, you know what I mean? The Shazam line, for God's sakes, because y'all still trying to force that New 52 shit in there, and don't nobody wants the diverse family. They want Billy Batson to be back, the orphan boy that's raised by his uncle, his sister Mary, who was adopted by a rich family, Freddie, who was injured, but siphoned off powers from Captain Marvel himself to become Captain Marvel Jr. Black Adam being evil, being the evil doppelganger of, Billy Batson. You know what I'm saying? You don't need all of these other Shazam family characters that y'all can't. Now, if you want to take that family that you created with the New 52 and let them be supporting characters for them, sure. But being Billy's family, no. No. You get what I mean? I'm sorry. Let me get back on that. And then y'all fucking put all this effort into Harley Quinn. Nobody asking for Harley Quinn. You get what I'm saying? If there's one character book that y'all need to stop, Harley Quinn, stop it. Especially if she's not going to be villainous. You know what I mean? That's why I had always said, if you're not going to let Harley Quinn be villainous, get her ass up out of here, or let her not show up that much in the DC universe, and then focus more of that on Punchline. I prefer Punchline over Harley Quinn at this point. And then, of course, you have the DC All-In Special, which sets the table for the DC universe. The creation of the Absolute Universe is how I imagine to come back to DC, and DC All In will be a great jumping on point for new readers as well as lapsed fans to discover new stories to love, and a chance to explore new directions stored in the DC core. That's what Snyder said, which is crazy because that's what the New 52 should have been. It should have been a brand new jumping point for readers, not a jumping off point for your old readers. You should have never got rid of your old universe to do this new universe. So now you want us to what? Put our time and effort into the Absolute Universe for what? For what? So you can give up halfway through? You know what I mean? Y'all won't even listen. We're telling you, go back to classic DC Universe and just make great stories. You get what I mean? And if you want to bring in new readers, that's fine or whatever. But stop changing, stop retconning, stop restarting the DC Universe every couple of damn months. And that's what y'all been doing. And don't tell me y'all not, because that's exactly what y'all doing. You did that shit right after Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth, which was horse shit. Here y'all go, Dawn of DC. Then you that didn't last long, and now we're doing Absolute Power, and that's supposed to bring in another event with Absolute Universe. Like, oh my God, can y'all stop it? It's another jumping off point, honestly. Okay, so Snyder says that he's going to be launching the new universe with Absolute Batman, and in this incarnation, fans will be introduced to a version of Dark Knight that doesn't have money, mansion, butler. The readers will quickly find out what makes Absolute version Batman when he debut issues and participate in comic book shops Wednesday, October the 9th. For Diana, there is no island paradise, no sisterhood to shape her, no mission of peace. So what's the purpose for Amazon Warrior in a new universe? Eisner Warrior, award-winning writer Kelly Thompson. Oh, here we go with this bullshit. Her ass. Absolute Wonder Woman, October the 23rd. Okay, then we're going to have writer Jason Aaron and artist Ralph Wall join forces for present a new Man of Steel and launch of Absolute Superman. This Superman has no family, no fortress of solitude, and no home. Will he stand for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow in this universe? Yeah, because that's what we want to read. And then, of course, we have the DC core lines, daring publisher lines. So we have Batman 153 to 154, where it has the Carmine Del Mingo are back with a vengeance with a new story arc called The Dying City, featuring unexpected turns from Riddler and a mysterious new superhero named Commander Star, and a shocking murder that one of Gotham City's greatest citizens as Batman ships twice monthly. Detective Comics books will follow the Gotham Nocturne, another DC most historical title, gets a new creative team in the form of Tom Taylor and Mike Giachetto, and the new arc is Mercy of the Father. Years after the tragic murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne, a ghost from Gotham City's past been lying in wait to strike at Batman ever since the fateful night in Crime Alley. Yay! Action Comics, another DC foundational title, goes weekly. In October, The Death of the Phantom Zone spins out of absolute power, and Batman and Superman World's Finest, as writer Mark Waid and Clayton Henry plunge Superman into the Phantom Zone and prevent an otherworldly laying waste to Metropolis. And the second story, Supergirl's Universe End. Okay, Mariko Tamaki. Oh, here we go with this bitch again. Oh, Lord. Takes Supergirl to the farthest reaches of space to pursue a mysterious threat only she can handle. Sure, I bet. And then they're going to pretend like all those other super characters don't exist. I bet you Power gonna fucking disappear. I bet them twins gonna damn disappear. I bet the Steel Lana characters are gonna disappear. Superman of China's gonna disappear. Connor Kent's gonna disappear, and all it's gonna be is Superman, Supergirl, and John Kent, the gay one. Okay, anyway, Superman 19 superstar artist Dan Moore joins Joshua Williamson in a new story arc spinning out of absolute power. One of Superman's most lethal enemies return. The Man of Steel and Superwoman Lois Lane deal with the returning rampage of Doomsday. But how long will Lois' newfound powers last? And as if Doomsday isn't trouble enough, another one of Superman enemies lurks in the shadow, the Time Trapper, which was you find out if you guys read Legion, the Legion 3 Lost, it come to find out it was Superboy Prime at the end of the universe. So it's probably Superboy Prime again. Wonder Woman number 14 is courtesy of Tom King and Daniel Simbry. The tide is turning for Wonder Woman's battle against the Sovereign as Steve Trevor takes matter into his own hand with deadly consequences. But Steve's end could be the beginning of Diana's greatest adventure yet, motherhood. Oh wow, we don't need this shit because what you should have did is, if you wanted Wonder Woman to be a mother, you should have took what you did in the Justice League DC run, have the Sovereign be a character who's also working with the darkness that Diana was warned about, and impregnate her. That's how you do that. Or her and Steve have a baby. Her adopting Lizzie character, and Lizzie is a fucking boring character when we already know that Esme is Lizzie's mother, but that doesn't explain why the hell she killed those people at the start of this run. It is dumb. We don't need this character, and all you're gonna do is age her up and make her fucking obnoxious. We don't need this character because y'all don't understand how to keep kid characters kid. Y'all keep bringing in these kid characters, and then y'all age them up 2 to 3 years into their introduction. We don't need this shit. I'm telling you, it don't make sense at all. Okay, Green Arrow 350. This oversized anniversary issue, legacy number by Joshua Williams, closed out his acclaimed run to the DC. Emerald Archer Oliver Queen faces off the aftermaths in absolute power, having done the unthinkable to protect his loved one. The ramifications of his involvement may have gone too far for his family and friends to forget. Yay. And then there'll be a next chapter with Green Arrow's next adventure from creator team Chris Donald. Okay, these titles are small sampling from the sensational stories featuring the world's greatest heroes. Yay. That's what we want. And then of course DC done announced Batman and Robin Year One. Yep, because that's exactly what we want. Some more of that nonsense right there. So we're going to get more. We're going to get more of that as well. And yeah, that was really really it for the the new titles that are coming. I heard, like Wes said, there are supposed to be rumors that there's supposed to be an absolute Flash and an absolute Martian Manhunter, which that would be great because it's kind of funny how DC will put effort into certain books and characters that constantly nobody asks for, but won't put any time and effort into characters that actually need to be important for the DC universe. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, I'm absolute don't care. Like I really don't like. You're nothing that you're saying is making people like, yeah, let me get into this. All it reminds me of is like, wow, here we go again with another reboot with another brand new universe that they're going to give up halfway through. If you really wanted to do something, you would have incorporated Earth 1 more so than anything else, because Earth 1 is the one that actually has a little bit more of an ultimate version where you could actually expand upon that if you really needed to do Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the DC universe. You could have did that one, and that could have been like, oh yeah, the next title in this line, and we're really going to focus on it. It's going to be Justice League Year One. Earth One. You know what I mean? That's what I would have did, and then I would have probably did a JSA Earth One, and then continue the Teen Titans, and then we would probably bring in an Aquaman because we already got Green Lantern, we already got Wonder Woman, we already got Batman, we already got Superman, we got the Teen Titans. So I would do Aquaman and probably the Flash. That would be something. That's what I would do if we need to reincorporate it. So we would have Earth One, and we would definitely make sure we do Flash, Aquaman, and Justice League, and those will be the headlining titles of the universe, because we already got the other characters, just so we can get reestablished into this universe, but follow other characters. That's what we should be doing. Or like after the events of something like this, we need to do what the DC universe did a couple of times when certain events happen or whatever. Do a 52 event. That's what DC universe needs after these events. Um let's focus on the Trinity. Let's focus on the B characters after the Trinity, and let's start focusing more on the characters who don't really get that much of a spotlight. You call that book something, and you don't really have that much. You still have Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman books, but your main book of focus, your main stories that needs to be focused on is in that book, where you have different heroes being affected, that culminates into storylines that will affect Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman titles. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to learn how to have the DC universe without Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like outside of that, but like with the DC universe, just like the Marvel universe, there were a lot of major books and storylines that didn't evolve the Trinity, that didn't evolve Flash, Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean? But we dealt with lesser characters. You know what I mean? Let's do more of that. We need more expanded of the universe, more of these characters. You know what I mean? And not just like, okay, we'll focus on certain characters for this little event. Like, oh, okay, now that we're doing down in DC, let's finally bring out Power Girl, and let's finally make Mary Marvel something. You know what I mean? But then let's forget about Cassie, let's forget about Donna Troy or whatever. Let's forget about Animal Man. Let's forget about, you know what I mean? Let's forget about the JSA, but let's also focus on the Doom Patrol. You know? It's weird. Like, y'all do this weird give and take, but we're still going to focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But mostly Batman. How does that work? It's baffling, but that's my little feelings about the absolute universe. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.